Ever felt like your day was designed by someone else? That's exactly how Andy is feeling in this film, The Devil Wears Prada.
Get us a reservation for dinner tonight.
This is what happens when your to-do list becomes your personality. I used to think if I couldn't do everything on my to-do list, I'd fail. So I'd either over-plan or just not plan at all. It was all or nothing. I'd write 15 things in the morning, finish 3, then beat myself up at night. So I tried a 7-day experiment with the 1-3-5 rule, and it surprised me.
All right, everyone, gird your loins.
If you're someone who hates feeling behind or you live in your head way too much, this rule was built for you. By the end of this video, I'll stamp this rule with one of 3 verdicts, so you know if it's worth trying yourself. Make your prediction in the comments, then see if you're right. You want to grow and to get your life together. But every time you try, you run into one of 3 walls. Overthinking. You don't know where to start, so you don't. Decision fatigue. You make 10 micro decisions before breakfast. Content loops. You keep watching videos instead of doing the productive thing. If that's you, I get it. That was me. One small shift done well can change everything. Here is how it works. You only allow yourself to tackle 1 big thing, 3 medium things, and 5 small things. That's it. 9 tasks, but weighted by effort, energy, and focus. Because not all tasks are created equal. And not all days need to be maxed out. Most to-do lists lie. They pretend every task is equal. This creates fake momentum. You feel busy but make 0 meaningful progress. The 1-3-5 rule filters the noise.
After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want.
So what did I learn from the test? Day 1. Today was the first day I tried the hack, and wow. I didn't realize how much mental noise I was carrying until I cleared it. I wrote down 1 big task, that's recording content, 3 medium ones, that's email replies, script outline, and groceries, and 5 small ones, that's hydration, desk reset, walk, tidy inbox, and message a friend. Finishing that big task felt enough. And that's the word that stuck. Enough. It wasn't perfect. I got distracted mid-afternoon. But I closed the day without that lingering guilt cloud. That alone feels like a win. Now let's walk through how to use it every morning. Step 1. Brain dump. Write down everything on your mind. Work, life, errands, and ideas. Dump it all out. Don't organize yet. Step 2. Sort by weight. Now look at that list and ask, what's the 1 big thing that would make today feel successful? What are 3 medium things that matter? What are 5 small things that are quick wins? That's it. Just 9 tasks, organized by weight, not by time. Before I tell you my verdict, there are real psychological wins behind this rule. 1. Cognitive closure. Your brain likes a clear finish line. 2. Chunking. Grouping tasks makes things easier to digest. 3. Autonomy. You pick the 9. You own your day. It gives you enough structure to stay focused, but enough flexibility to live a life that isn't robotic. Day 3. Today sucked. I woke up tired, behind, and somehow annoyed. I didn't even want to write the list. The part of me that loves chaos showed up. I skipped the morning routine, scrolled Instagram, and didn't plan the day until noon. But here's what surprised me. Once I did sit down and jot the list, something in me settled. I didn't finish the big task, but I finished 3 small ones. That was enough to shift my mood. There were mornings I'd sit at my desk for 45 minutes, just deciding what to do. I jumped from Notion to YouTube to Google Docs, then somehow end up researching breakfast recipes or watching productivity gurus instead of actually doing the thing. I called it a productive spiral, but honestly, I was just overwhelmed. The first time I wrote down 1 big, 3 medium, 5 small tasks, I felt silly. But weirdly, it gave my morning a frame. And that small structure helped me stop spiraling. Imagine ending your workday knowing the right things got done. Not everything, just the right things. That's what this rule does. Every day, you make multiple decisions. What to wear, what to eat, what to focus on, and more. The 1-3-5 rule makes one of the hardest questions easy. What should I do next? It helps you stop chasing dopamine through scrolling and instead start chasing it through done. Because done is better than perfect every time. On day 4, I realized how powerful the small tasks are. One of my small tasks was make the bed. Simple. But doing it first gave me momentum. It cascaded into my medium tasks, and suddenly the big task, finishing client presentation, didn't feel so heavy. It's wild how the tiny wins flipped the switch. I felt focused, sharp, and calm. Note to self, never underestimate the power of stupidly small actions. They build something.
You know that road. You know exactly where it ends. And I know that's not where you want to be.
Most people never stick to their systems because they build complicated ones. This one's so simple you might skip it, but trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let me save you some pain. Here's how people mess this up. 1. Treating goals like tasks. Start a business isn't a task, it's a project. Write business outline is a task. 2. Putting only easy stuff in your 1-3-5. Don't avoid the real work. Include at least one thing that makes you a little nervous. 3. Ignoring energy zones. Don't schedule your big task for 4 p.m. if your brain checks out at 3. 4. Overloading your list anyway. If you write 14 tasks instead of 9, you're back at square one. 5. Trying to be perfect. Some days you'll only finish 4 out of 9. That's still a win. You showed up. There's a line in Marcus Aurelius' Meditations that stopped me cold. If you seek tranquility, do less, or rather, do what's essential. That's basically the 1-3-5 rule in ancient language. Not about doing everything, but doing what actually matters and then letting the rest go. See, the Stoics believed that life wasn't about overachieving, it was about right action. Epictetus even said, it's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. And when your to-do list is 27 items long, your brain treats it like you're failing before you've even begun. But what if, like a Stoic, you chose your priorities with intention? 1 big task, 3 medium, and 5 small. Not because you're lazy, but because you're clear. Because your energy is sacred. Because even the Emperor of Rome had to ask himself, is this necessary? The 1-3-5 rule is your modern day Stoic scroll. A way to reclaim your time, challenge your perfectionism, and stop outsourcing your self-worth to busyness. Do less. Do it well. And then breathe. On the final day, I didn't check off every box, but something deeper shifted. I no longer feel frantic. I wake up knowing what enough looks like. I let go of that pressure to chase everything. I end days feeling proud, not just productive. And for the first time in months, I actually believe I can sustain this. Before this, my inner voice was brutal. You are falling behind. You are wasting time. Everyone else has it figured out. But with the 1-3-5 rule, every time I crossed something off, especially the small stuff, I heard a different voice. It said, hey, you showed up today. Those tiny wins rewired how I saw progress. I stopped chasing perfect days and started stringing together real ones. Final verdict? The 1-3-5 rule isn't magic. It doesn't remove chaos from your life, but it gives chaos borders. It forces clarity, kills decision fatigue, and maybe most importantly, rewires your brain to value progress over perfection. For 7 days straight, I showed up with a plan. And honestly, that changed everything. This rule gets the 12% certified verdict tag, not because it's flashy, but because it's doable. If you feel like you are falling behind, this rule puts you back in motion. You'll be 12% ahead by next week if you start today. Hit subscribe and see you in the next video.